All right, here we are in northern Michigan on some public land, and gonna be scouting today. Got my buddy Kevin with me back there. We've got a clear cut here we're gonna check out. He actually found a match set of sheds the other week in a bed. We're gonna go dissect that today. On the edge of this clear cut, that's gonna be the goal. Figure out some stand locations for it and just have fun. Nice day, it's cold, still some snow on the ground, which back home there's no snow, so you can tell we are in northern Michigan. Kevin asked me if we were in northern Michigan. We are. We're in the north, so let's get after it. All right, so just walked a little ways from the truck. I don't know how far we are. How far do you think we are from the truck?
We're a few hundred yards.
A few hundred yards, but there's an inside corner right here. So we got the clear cut behind us. It necks down right here, and right here makes an inside corner. These two trees right here. Kevin and I were just talking about this would be a perfect spot for a mock scrape. But this, basically right behind me where these two trees are to hunt in, this is like the pinch going out, and there's a really good trail. There's a really good trail right here coming right through the hub. You can see it right there. This is nice, Clark. I like this. But that where he found those sheds in that buck bed is right up here. We're gonna work that way. Honestly, I think this would be a good spot on like a just off wind hunting that bed because we're a couple hundred yards from it.
Right.
Coming in the back door, climbing right here. Like, and then you got the hard edge right here. This is a dynamite spot for it. I like that. Getting excited. New piece of public. I've never walked it, so. Looks like a bed to me.
Looks like a bed for sure, yeah.
On these little high points, man.
There. That's exactly. Oh, there's a poop right there.
So this looks like doe bedding right here. On these little high points. So you can see water all around us, these little high knobs.
That's exactly how I found his shed too, is on one of these little knobs.
Really? But he wasn't out in the clear cut like this, he was inside. So that's what I'm excited to do, is look at that. But these little knobs are sweet. And that's perfect though too, if you think about it, dude. If there's doe bedding right here, I mean we're tight to doe bedding, but in the rut, he's gonna come down and downwind scent check this. If you're on a west wind, you could even tuck in that a little bit. Yeah, get away from the does. Love it. Not as limber as I used to be. So did you ever notice on the map where you found his bed just so happens to be the narrowest point of the clear cut?
That's why I parked right there and came right here.
So where's this bed at? We're coming up on it. I just want to kind of give everybody a feeling of what we're doing. I'll show a map. But right here you can see across that is the narrowest point of this clear cut. And it just so happens to be where Kevin found this bed. In his shed's in his bed.
Just walked up and looked down at this nice thing in there. I'm like, holy crap, that's a nice shed. And I look over, there's his other one.
We got a pinch right here where it comes into the clear cut. You can see it, but it's really wet there. I'm not sure what it is up here. It just looks thick, to be honest with you. This is the easiest way and the narrowest point coming into this.
Right, this is the furthest the swamp points out into the
yeah, and behind us it is wetter than wet back there. And I'm gonna imagine
right there.
Is it on that high point?
Camera on that cedar.
Oh, yep.
Pointing right at that bed, that dead log. He was bellied up next to those dead log on that little high spot right there.
Okay, so we're gonna walk over there.
Right through that opening in the clear cut in the park. There's a parking area on the other side of the clear cut.
Yep. So we'll walk over there, and just kind of break this bed down. But this is a no-brainer why he's there. He's on the highest point of this wet area too.
Left side was right here. And his right side was right here.
Really? And this little knob, you can see it, how wet it is around us.
There's a
He's
runaway
bedded right
escape
here.
trail right out the back side right here. When it was snow, you could see it. It was a faint trail going out right through here. You can kind of see it.
Oh yeah.
Right through here, right where my dog was sitting. That's kind of, I think that's his back door exit right there.
Yep. Looks like there might be another bed here. It's just crazy how they just pick these little high points. And it's to me it's a no-brainer also, but we're sitting here in the bed, and how I was just talking about how this is the easiest. You know what he's doing? He's sitting here and picking off does as they're coming through back in here to bed. I'm sure if we walk back here,
on a west wind, he's on the downwind edge.
Yeah.
If he blows out of the north, he's still got all that clear cut up to the north of him.
now we got to figure out how we're going to hunt this and how we're going to get in. I got a couple points that I want to, and actually one of them was on that point over there, getting into on the other side of the clear cut on a certain wind. And then I have 2 points back here and one up here. I would like to try to find an oak somewhere in here if there is an oak, because that's probably where he's, I mean, we're talking about northern Michigan where there's no food up here. I mean, that clear cut, what Infalt says is that's the cornfield of the north. So if we could find an oak tree or something where he's probably heading to, would be awesome. We're walking right through here on another point. Came back in this little inside corner. There's a bed right here. Okay, and they're on these points, just like everybody says. They're on these points. Walk up here, and Kevin found 2 signpost rubs on some pretty thick cedars. Right here, you can see the tine marks. And then right here is another one.
Shine, just like rubbing their face on it probably.
So what they're doing is there's wet behind me and right here, and they're just taking this inside corner.
Right here.
Yep.
Look at the trail right down this high spot.
Yeah. On all these points. That's where the sign's at.
Well, just naturally it kind of funnels right to this high spot right here.
Yeah. We're sitting at the high spot.
Well, just look, it's the closest point getting to this next bit of cedars back there.
See all
I
this?
bet you there's, bedding back in there for their office clear cut. 'Cause back in here, it's all wet. And look at the high spot. You got like a little land bridge going through the wet spot right here. Yeah, I say we go that way instead of going the rest of the cut.
Let's do it. Let's go check this little scrape-a-joea.
I would think that's a scrape.
Yeah, looks like it. Kind of hard to tell on the video, but this is just another one of those high points. I think what they're doing is how when we were sitting back there and you said, see those cedars over there, so this is another funnel. This is a funnel right here. Where it funnels from that inside corner back here where the clear cut's at. And then this, it just funnels them right through here. This is legit right here. This is the best spot, in my opinion, that we've found so far. This is a high point, cedars, where cedars meet clear cut back there and meets hardwoods up here. Thinking probably this cedar tree right here to hunt in. And the best part about it is there's a whole bunch of terrain features that come together right here. You got a creek crossing, you got 2 defined edges, and they just funnel right down right to this.
The end of the clear cut is like right here too.
Is it? So we're at the mouth of it.
Yeah.
We're literally at the mouth of the clear cut where it comes in.
Where this swamp meets it, comes to a point right at the end of the clear cut.
The thermal change, God, you can feel it. This is nice. I like this. if I ever get a chance to come hunt, this will be where I'm going probably, until I find the next best spot. All right, so we made a little transition. Now it's starting to feel really different, which I really like. Back here, to kind of give you guys context, where the clear cutting is, is that how you say it? Clear cut is. This is an older clear cut, it looks like. This is probably 8 to 10 year old clear cut right here. But what Kevin was saying, which is a good point, not a lot of places for humans to put ladder stands, locals.
Right.
You know, not a lot of places to be able to hunt in here.
And most people want to get in the air, they don't want to hunt off the ground.
What I like about this though is there's more oaks in here. You can see all this regen oak, but there's bigger oaks in here as well. So to me, there's probably more food in here than where we came from. What's that?
There's another rub over there on that cherry.
Well, that's like another inside corner there where it meets that heavy stuff transition.
Yeah, that creek we crossed dumps into a big swamp right there that's real wet. There's like a pond. That's kind of the beaver dam.
So that explains why the trail, the heavy trail we were just on, why it's
on the edge of it.
Yes. I like that.
We're a little ways down of it yet, but it's not far away.
Obviously good transition line here. You got thick to clear cut. You can see the line right to there. And we're on a trail. Boy, I bet you there's a lot of cruising going on this edge.
Oh, yeah.
Morning cruising. Just came across this tree right here. This tree's sweet, and the reason why it's sweet, clear cut right here, okay? And there's two main trails that meet literally 25 yards from this tree. Right out here through this little cut. They meet right there, and then there's another one that comes in, and right here, thick swamp, thick bedding. And Kevin said on the back side, how far did you say?
You can see it 50 yards away.
50, 60 yards, there's another clear cut. So you're right in the middle of it. Can get into this relatively easy, quiet. I just marked it. It is the killing tree. I'm gonna call it right now. Kill my 37-inch spike. All right, so we just came to a spot here. Obviously, clear cut behind us. That ladder stand was way over there in the killing tree. We've worked the edge, came to this beaver dam. Kevin scouted this. When did you find it, last year?
Last year, end of October.
End of October.
Middle of October.
Put a camera here because it was the only way the deer could get on the other side of all this wet, right?
Yeah. So I started on the other side of this pond, and I made a big giant loop. And I tried finding ways to get back this way, and I couldn't. And this was the first spot for like 500 or 600 yards that you can get east of this beaver dam. So unless the deer want to go 500 yards that way or 600, they got to come this way. It's one of the two spots.
Yeah.
The crappy part is for some reason the time and date didn't stamp on the camera. So
that's your fault.
I said it. I know I did. That's the second time that camera didn't hold its timestamp. So. But
must not be an Exodus then.
No, it's not. It's old. But
exactly.
It took all the pictures in a matter of 2 weeks, and it was right when they were seeking that end of October, first week in November. And I had that 10 point on camera the 13th of November.
Which makes sense though, because back here is a ton of bedding, and then over here it looks like there's bedding.
Yep. This is where a lot of the pressure comes from, right over this way. That's why you're probably getting the nighttime going that way.
Yeah.
Because the pressure is all over there, and they're not getting over there until after dark.
Tell me this, did you break down when they were using it the most on a particular wind?
No, I didn't have enough data, it only ran for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't really dig into it that hard. It was the rut, and they were using this funnel right here hard during the rut.
Okay. That's neat. It's those little things there, those little tidbits. Not rocket science, but we're not out here claiming we're experts by any means, because I know I'm not. Kevin is. He pisses excellence every day. So, I mean, it's pretty evident that they're walking right through here. I mean, it's just this little pinch. You got this behind. They're not going through there. Oh, the thermal change right there.
Oh, yeah, you can feel it, couldn't you?
Big thermal change. Where?
Straight ahead of us.
Oh yeah, good rub. Looks like he pawed it too. Yeah, we just came to a hiking trail right here. You can see it. And if I pan like this, those trees over there is where that buck bed is. We're within 200 yards of it. So he's bedding, knowing this is here. Here's a little water hole that I'm sure is probably water all year. Sense. Yeah, right there is where that bed is. Right in there, right?
Yep.
Right in that point.
Right across there.
You see right across
When
it.
I was over there and I found those sheds, you could look back here to where I parked, and if you walked a little bit and leaned out and squinted, you could see my truck through the cut.
That's exactly why he's bedded there. You can see he's going to be able to see us.
Yeah,
right
anybody
here.
that wants to come over here and think they're going to park right here and walk somewhere this way, he's going to see you or he's going to smell you.
Parking lot's literally right behind the camera. I don't know, 100 yards?
Yeah.
And this is the main vein for people to come back here and hunt. Note that. Well, I think that's going to conclude this little saunter. It was a good one. I don't know, probably just over 2 miles. I haven't looked at my tracker yet, but good little piece of public. I shouldn't say little piece, it's a pretty big piece. But good day to get out, scout a little bit, and learn a little bit, definitely. Put some pins down that I know we're going to probably hone in on a little bit more, but there's a lot more to be had here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the podcast. Kevin and I will be doing a podcast about this little saunter we did. So look for that soon if it's not up already. And yeah, thank you guys. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when a new video goes up. Get out there and walk a little bit, scout.